Welcome to the Futurist Public Intellectual. While Donald Trump ineloquently questioned Kamala Harris's racial identity recently, he was onto something. Is Kamala black because she received half of her genes from a black Jamaican man? Or is she Indian because she was raised for most of her life by a single Indian immigrant mother? Or is she in some ways neither and better described as simply American? I think if we look at a borderline case, it would clarify what is really relevant when discussing racial and ethnic identity. Let's take the case of a 1-year-old Chinese baby boy who's been adopted by a white couple in Wisconsin. The baby has no recollection of China or his Chinese parents. He grows up till adulthood in Wisconsin, speaking only English, rooting for the Green Bay Packers, and his favorite snack is cheese curds. Except on a purely physical level, in what way is this man actually Chinese? This example demonstrates the primacy of culture as the vector of identity, which is why you can't ever simply look at a person and know what their racial and ethnic identity is. Within this framework, Kamala cannot be accurately described as a black woman. Her only black parent, Donald J. Harris, has been absent from her life ever since Kamala's mother, Shyamala Gopalan, received full custody of their 2 daughters after their divorce. What black culture has she absorbed? Kamala grew up eating Indian food and wearing Indian jewelry. Even then, her Indianness is also nominal. Kamala doesn't speak a South Asian language and doesn't practice Indian customs. She is culturally American in a largely mainstream way. And there is nothing wrong with that. In this way, it would be the most accurate if people would talk about her without reference to her ethnic background. She's American, but so is almost everyone who would be constitutionally eligible to run for president. My main problem with her is if she decides to take the approach of the other famous biracial politician in U.S. history, Barack Obama. Both people carry the surnames of their absent black fathers, but both were raised by their very non-black mothers. Obama took the politically expedient route of presenting himself as an embodiment of Black America, when his very own blackness originated from a foreign African source. It obviously worked for him, but it's definitely disrespectful to the white adults who raised him. Hopefully, Harris won't disavow her Indian heritage in the same way that Obama disavowed his whiteness. Otherwise, she might become the U.S.'s first Asian American president who says she's black. As the futurist public intellectual, I can only recommend that the best path forward is to embrace our multiracial children. Let them identify with being different things at the same time, and allow them to be all those things. All of the monoracial among us don't need to identify with their experience to be able to support them and ultimately vote for them. Thank you for listening to the Futurist Public Intellectual.